Barcelona's summer's been defined by small adjustments with huge consequences. And nowhere is that clearer than in the quietly tense situation surrounding backup goalkeeper Iñaki Peña. For weeks, the name has circulated in whispers. A 26-year-old homegrown option who has spent long stretches waiting. Who now finds himself at the centre of a scramble that is as much about budgets and registration rules as it is about minutes on the pitch. Reports suggest interest rose and fell almost overnight. One club thought to be closer stepped back, another is circling with increasing urgency, and a third could yet make a late bid. The pattern is familiar to anyone who watches modern transfer windows closely. Teams juggling finances, juggling the human side of players who want clarity. And clubs like Barcelona trying to thread the needle between short-term needs and long-term stability. At its core, this is simple arithmetic with emotion attached. If Peña moves on loan, Barcelona can shave down part of his salary bill, create breathing room against the salary cap, and register other players they currently cannot fully slot into the squad. That has a direct effect on how the club plans its pre-season and prepares for the opening weeks of the domestic campaign. But the mechanics are messy. Sources indicate Barcelona offer the short contract tweak, a one-year extension or similar arrangement that defers portions of pay, not to ride a headline, but to make Peña a realistic short-term purchase or loan target. For interested clubs, that structure reduces immediate outlay and reduces the risk to their own wage structure. For Barca, it turns an awkward bookkeeping problem into a saleable asset. The market response has been uneven. One suitor reportedly pulled back when internal wage calculations left no room to absorb an extra goalkeeper, effectively ending that avenue. Another club has been described as increasingly impatient, wanting clarity so it can finalise its own squad and budget before the start of their season. Yet another could yet strike late. The kind of last-minute move that has become a hallmark of modern transfer windows when squads scramble to balance desire with what the ledger allows. The human element should not be forgotten. For Peña, this is about getting minutes and proving himself, not merely numbers on a spreadsheet. A loan to the right club could return him to Barcelona better sharpened and more valuable. A stalled move could mean another season of limited playing time and a career moment deferred. On the club side, the consequences are tangible. Freeing up even a modest portion of salary cap space can ripple across several decisions. Which youngsters to keep, which new signings to register, whether a more senior addition becomes possible. And in a squad already operating on fine margins, those ripples become waves. There is also risk. If the deal collapses at the 11th hour, Barcelona could be left exposed. Having planned around a departure that never materialised and still needing to resolve registration headaches before competitive games arrive. That risk is the reason behind the urgency. The clock is not a metaphor, but a real constraint tied to windows, registration deadlines and the cadence of pre-season. For fans and casual observers, the storyline is compelling because it blends the romance of a homegrown player seeking his chance with the cold logic of modern football finance. In the next 48 to 72 hours, more clarity should emerge. Either a loan is agreed that satisfies wages and playing time goals, or negotiations falter and the club will have to pivot. Whatever happens, the closing chapter of this small but telling transfer saga will reveal how Barcelona balances sporting priorities with financial pragmatism in a window where every decision counts.